What's up, everybody? As you know, I'm out here traveling on the east coast of Canada with the 3 dogs. Sadly, my wife Chris is not with me on this trip as she's doing her thing on the Bruce Trail. That does mean that there's a bit more responsibility on me to take care of the dogs, and I always get asked how it is to travel with the dogs in the van. Well, first of all, it's wonderful because the dogs can come along with us, and we have our little home on wheels, so if I need to leave the dogs, they're nice and comfortable and they feel safe because they're not in some sort of weird kennel or something that I have to find on the road. And I've got AC in the van, and I've got my little roof fan here, so there's lots of ways to keep the dogs cool. And then in the colder months, we've got a heater down here, so we have full climate control, and we've got the dogs' crates, and everything's nice and safe in here for them. Now, on top of that, I think just as a dog owner in general, it's very important to stay organized. At least that's my opinion, because I'm a very organized kind of person. And I think when you're traveling in a van with 3 dogs, it's even more crucial. You've got to stay so on point with being organized, knowing, how much food, because I'm doing raw food on the road now. So you can see, that's one of the things. I got a fridge. So way down here is all the dogs' raw food, and I just stocked up on a bag, so we're good for a couple of days. Prior to that, we used to switch them onto kibble. But because I've got the fridge, I decided I'm just going to keep them on raw. It's a bit more work. Sure, I got to find just today I had to go find a pet store, go in, get some more raw food. So I can hold about enough for 2.5 days for all 3 dogs in the fridge at one go and still have enough room for my stuff. So there's that aspect of traveling on the road. And then I just find in the van, it's nice to just keep things organized so I know where everything is. Like here, everybody's got their place. So Ollie's back there. Like when we're just hanging out in the van, Chickpea's got her spot down here, and Penny's got her spot in the crate. And then when I'm driving, I'll rotate the dogs through, and I'll put one dog up here. Ollie's always hanging out on the seat with me, and I'll rotate the dogs through so that Chickpea and Penny both have some time up front with me. I've got my custom little rack here, so this is where we keep all of the leashes. And we have a hook for each of the dogs' collars. I keep my training treats here. And then over here, you can see this is where I keep the e-collars, Ollie's jacket and stuff like that. So everything's got a home. And then over here, we've got bins. So like this bin has our portable water dish that we take with us, and it's got all kinds of treats that Chickpea's getting into right now. How's that smell, eh? Super good, eh, girl? I know. In this bin, I've got towels for the dogs. And then down here is our bin of spare stuff that we keep. So, got to do their nails on the road. I've got a dog first aid kit in here. And if you're wondering, yes, there are specific things that you need to bring for your dog that you may not bring for a human. I've got toys in here, and then just general stuff. We've got I've got spare leashes in here. We've got all our extra poo bags. We actually even have muzzles down in here because when we went to New York, the only way that they would let us take the dogs on the subway or on the ferry is if you muzzled them. Hey man, that's New York. That's their rules. What am I going to say? So yeah, everything stays in a bin back there. And then on top of that, at home, it's the exact same. Each one of our dogs has their own bin at home where all of their stuff from jackets to spare leashes or collars to medications like flea and tick, all that stuff stays in separate bins back at the house. And same, back at the house, I have a barn board rack that I made for all the leashes and collars. So everything has a home. Everything is where it should be. And that way I stay nice and organized. And I always know where everything is. And it just makes life on the road with 3 dogs easier. So you can imagine you've got to be organized, or this just turns into a big headache. And I don't want it to take away from my trip. I want the dogs coming along to enhance my trip because I enjoy their company so much. They're the best. I had a great time out at Halifax today, so I took the dogs down to the waterfront for a little walk. And I'll tell you what, we'll finish this video off by showing you how my morning went with the dogs down here at the Halifax waterfront. Good morning, and it is another just gorgeous morning, and it's been beautiful weather almost this entire trip, so how can I complain, especially when I'm here at the main destination of my trip. I'm in Halifax, everybody, and I'm loving it. It is gorgeous here along the waterfront. It's nice and early in the morning, but you know I like to get out early and get things going. So yeah, just going to take a walk down the pier here and peer out into the waters of the Atlantic. And then we're going to take a little tour through downtown. We're going to go hit the Citadel. We're going to check out the skate park and generally just try and get a vibe of what's happening here in Halifax. Come along.